A comment was made by NBA player, now retired, Matt Barnes, with regard to Steph Curry, that many players in the NBA don't like Steph Curry. They're jealous of Steph Curry because he's light-skinned, and because he's light-skinned, he's admired more than other players who are even greater than him because they were dark and he was light. So LeBron James, Kevin Durant, no one gets the type of praise from the white media as Steph Curry does because he's so light, and that players are jealous of him. I want to say this. I do not believe in light skin supremacy. I do not support light skin supremacy. I do believe that there is truth to Matt Barnes' comments, but I want to say that I think we as a community need to tackle this demon of light skin supremacy, because it's going to be very difficult for us to move forward within the conscious community and without it until we. I have had to deal with criticism from brothers and sisters because I refuse to support dark skin supremacy or light skin supremacy. I have been attacked by sisters who feel as though I'm obligated to marry a dark-skinned woman as a way of validating the beauty of our darker-skinned sisters. I grew up in a family where light-skin supremacy existed on both sides of the family tree. My mother's mother, bless her soul, my grandmother Betty, was a light-skinned supremacist. My dad's mother, bless her soul, Grandmama Ida, she was a light-skinned supremacist. There was light-skin supremacy on both sides of my family tree. And I thank God that I was never affected by that. I always loved who I was. I've always embraced my melanin. And I would even argue that some of the resentment I get in the conscious community is because I am darker than many of the scholars in the conscious. I do not support or condone light-skin supremacy at all. I love and embrace all Africans, whether they be light, bright, or blue, black, purple. You understand? Whether you look super light skinned, you still my brother. Whether you super chocolate, you still my sister. I don't make any differences or distinctions between skin tone. I love all black people, and I thank God that I was not affected by the light skin supremacy that I had to endure even within my family. You understand? And for a long time, I said I was only going to marry a dark-skinned woman, okay, because I thought that I needed to validate the love and beauty of our richly melanated queens. But I had to check myself and say, if you're going to exclude all light-skinned women from the possibility of becoming your mate, then you know better than the people you're fighting against. You're practicing your own form of dark skin supremacy. So I had to check myself and check my thinking to realize what I was about to do. Sometimes at my lectures, I'll hear comments from sisters who will say, I'm too light for him, or I'm too light for you. I've had sisters say to me, you would never consider going out with a woman as light as me. Because of my unapologetically African position, a lot of light-skinned people think I have aversion to them. I do not have aversion to them. I have a lot of light-skinned people in my family. Some of my heroes were light-skinned. I've dated extremely light-skinned women to extremely dark-skinned women. I don't have any issues like that. And I think one of the blessings that I bring to the table of consciousness is the fact that I don't lean towards one or the other. I am balanced. I can accept all of my people, but I can also say in the same breath that a lot of black people got light-skinned hang-ups and dark-skinned hang-ups. I've seen dark-skinned people walk in the room and light-skinned people cringe. I've seen light-skinned people walk in the room and dark-skinned people cringe. I think one of the reasons that it's going to be so difficult to get rid of light skin supremacy and dark skin supremacy in the black community is because black people who are infected with both of those diseases don't want to talk about it. Whenever this conversation comes up, you're quick to see people post things like, we need to stop talking about this. We need to get beyond this. Why are we bringing this up? It's because they're not comfortable talking about it, because either they are a light skin supremacist or either they are a dark skin supremacist. What problem do you know goes away because we stop talking about it? No problem goes away because we stop talking about it. But again, you have insecurity in both light and dark. You also have people who are responsible for perpetuating this type of mindset in both light and dark. Let's be honest. Where do our children learn that light skin is pretty and dark skin is ugly? They learn it from their parents. We are the hypocrites, not white people. We are the hypocrites.